Do you want to get us started?
Afternoon, Ronald. At the end of the year, what a fantastic 2014 it's been for Southampton Football Club.
Yes, everybody's proud about the way how we played the first half of the season. Not only the way, but the points what we have till now, I think, is well deserved, and that shows that the club is growing, still growing, and we like that because that we do everything for that we keep going, and the way of playing one of the philosophy of the club to bring in young players. A lot of young players make his debut this first part of the season, and very good, but we have to go on.
After a run of 5 defeats, the festive period's actually been quite good to you. You picked up 7 points from your last 9 available, and you're still in 4th. Does that just suggest how good a season this has been?
Yes, of course. I think every team has a difficult part in the season. It was some defeats in a row. It's always difficult to handle that because it's always about confidence of the players. We knew our program was very tough. We had some more injuries than normally, some suspended players, and okay, that was difficult, but the team always had a fantastic reaction, and that we show against Everton, we show it against Crystal Palace. I think the point against Chelsea was well deserved, was difficult, but finally we had a positive result against a big one, and I think that's very good for the confidence and for the preparation for the game of tomorrow.
Arsenal up tomorrow, less than a month after you last played them. Does that make it easier for you to prepare because you've played them recently, you know the team, the way they're going to set up?
Yeah, they know us, we know them. It's always nice to play against Arsenal because they like to play football, they like to play offensive football. But we know each other very good, and it will be not surprised for tomorrow game. We have to prepare the game, and we know what we have to do to win the game, and the strengths of the Arsenal team, and we have to control that, and because they have a lot of in front individual fantastic players who can win games by themselves, and that's very difficult to defend that.
It's a big match in the context of the table as well, both on 33 points. Arsenal.
Yeah, I think it's a big match because both teams are playing good football, and it's not about the place on the table. We know that they have the same points, and we like to win games. We like to play football, and I think that's the best thing what we can do to win games. And we know it's a difficult one tomorrow, but they think the same about us.
You haven't beaten Arsenal in 10 meetings. Does that make you more determined to rewrite history and get a win against them?
Yes, of course, but you don't put your face in that all of kind records because it's no issue. We know that normally if we play 10 times against Arsenal will win more games than we will win. But it's tomorrow, and we have to be prepared for tomorrow.
January is just around the corner, and as you're probably aware, the January transfer window is a sort of a big part of the English game. Do you think for yourself and Southampton it will be a window of bringing new faces or trying to keep the existing players here?
No, I think only in to bringing in players and not to lose players, because what I said before, we don't sell players in January.
In terms of acquisition, a number in mind or positions you'd like to try and fill?
No, we spoke inside with everybody about the team, about the positions. If we need another player, it will be an attacker. We bring in now Elia. It's a good sign for us because I like that player because it's part of our way of playing, that we like to play with wing players, fast players, and we know that we will lose Mayuka already for the Africa Cup. We will lose Mane for the Africa Cup, and we need to have that competition in front, what we have in the midfield players and what we have in our defence.
And as for Toby as well, what's the situation with him? Is he come in?
The situation is very clear that that I spoke to Toby, that I like that he will stay, but it's up to the player, and he will get some time to think about his future. But of course, like Ryan Bertrand, like Toby, we like to keep that kind of players because they are quality players and they are showing the qualities already during the first part of the season, and we like to continue with them.
Now you've got the game tomorrow, New Year's Eve tonight. What's your message going to be to the players?
Enjoy the evening and not too much alcohol.
Not too much, does that mean a little bit?
A little bit, a good glass of wine is okay. That's maybe better than a glass of Coca-Cola.
But as long as they're in bed as well, ready for the game.
Yeah, but we know, but the players are professionals and they're not children. And I don't spoke about that because I believe in the professionals, and they showed during my first period in Southampton a great spirit, a great ambition, and they will enjoy the night with the family, and they will be 100% for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Game of broadcast. How are you looking in terms of team news and injury news ahead of the game?
No, we don't have changes in that. Only that we will miss Morgan because about his suspension. And for the rest, it will be the same squad as last game against Chelsea.
Do you have a bit of a selection headache at left back because Matt Targett impressed against Chelsea? Ryan Bertrand's available again. Do you know what you're going to do in that left back spot at the moment?
Yes, I know. My opinion is Ryan the first choice on that position. But I'm very happy about Matthew Targett because he's doing very well. He's learning what playing in the Premier League means, and he get his chances to play. And he played already some League Cups. He played against Chelsea, and he's learning. He's develop himself, and that we need a backup, and if it's a backup with a young player of the club, that's the best. And I'm happy about his performance against Chelsea, but he played on a high level, and that means a lot for a young player.
And just in terms of this hectic festive period, how have you enjoyed your first experience of it in English football? Has it been testing in terms of managing the squad?
Yeah, it was a fantastic period. It was difficult. It was very tough for the players to play the second game in 48 hours. You saw that in the second half against Chelsea. We had it difficult, but we showed an unbelievable spirit to keep it till the last second, and that say a lot. And it was nice. I look forward for 1 of January. It's also my first time to be part of a football game, but we know it and we take it and we enjoy it.
Just to mention on the fans, you praised them on Twitter today for their support and buying tickets for the upcoming FA Cup game. How much have the fans helped you settle into the first half of your tenure here at Southampton?
No, the fans are amazing from the first day of this season. And I heard about last season, it wasn't sold out in the first or the second FA Cup. That means that still more the fans behind the team and behind the players, and that's great to see. And it's very enjoyable to be the manager of this club because everything is positive, but we know that we have to keep working on that and to keep this position what we have on the moment, and that will be very difficult because there are more teams in the Premier League who can show the qualities, but till now it's a fantastic first part of the season.
Just a final question. After Boric has extended his loan deal at Bournemouth, was that quite an easy decision for all parties to come to?
No, it was not an easy one. But when I came, I knew it was his last season of contract, and we like to bring in a new goalkeeper. Our priority was Fraser Foster. About his age, about his future, a new goalkeeper, and and he showed this first part of the season why we changed that, and that's not against Arthur, because Arthur did great performance for the club, but it was a decision about the future of the club and about the future of the team, and
Just in terms of, I know you touched on it the last time you played Arsenal, but Arsene Wenger's record and Arsenal's record of continually finishing in the top four, when you come up against them, does that just kind of bring it home again how hard it is to, what it takes to finish at in the top four in the Premier League?
Yeah, but that I think teams like Arsenal always has to be in the top of the league, because they normally can buy the best players. Maybe not like City or not like Chelsea, but maybe not like United, and that means 3 clubs. And after that, normally Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool are the teams who has to fight behind the big ones. And then maybe we will come, and you can surprise people. This season Everton looks like a little bit more struggling than last season. They had a great last season, but Arsenal is always one of the top clubs in the Premier League, and because they have very good players, players like Sanchez can win games for the coach. And that's not about organization of the coach, it's not about the system of the coach, like Hazard. You saw that the other day. We don't have that kind of players. In our team, it's more teamwork. They by something special, an individual quality of the player, they can win games. We don't have it all that respect. We don't have that kind of players.
In terms of where you are, I mean, the longer you stay either in the top four or in near it, or with the
but to stay
become harder, or
no, but for me it's not an obsession.
Yeah.
I look more to how we play, and if we play about the system and to develop the players individual, to develop the team organization, then we will be by the first 7-8 teams in the league, because that qualities we have, and we show that qualities. But it's not an obsession, because I don't like to watch every weekend the table, because that means nothing. Okay, if it's before the last game in the season, it's different, but it's only half of the season. We have to play a lot and difficult games. Tomorrow a difficult one, and after that will come other difficult ones. We have to keep what we are doing, and that's the most important, game by game.
Jose Mourinho said he felt there was a campaign against Chelsea after the game of the weekend. We just wonder what your thoughts are.
It's his feeling. I can't say anything about that. I don't think so, because I think referees are human people. Everybody is doing mistakes, and I think that on the end of the season it's a little bit imbalanced. I don't think so that teams are more punished by the referee than the rest of the teams. It was a bad mistake of the referee, because when I watched the game after, it was 100% penalty. But sometimes you get a penalty and sometimes you don't get the penalty. That's part of the job.
Well, what's your feeling on diving in general, though, Ronald?
No, I don't like players who are diving, and it's difficult. when it's a situation who is very clear that everybody can see it's diving, okay, then there has to be a yellow card. And I will, as a manager, I don't like that if my players are diving, and then I will speak to my player. But it's a difficult. Sometimes it's contact between the defender and the attacker. Then it's very difficult. It's in a split second that decision of the referee, and we have to respect that.
Should there be retrospective action? Arsene Wenger talked about a three-man panel to have a look at issue suspensions.
Yeah, but it's a difficult question always, and we're talking a lot about the referees, and that makes more attention to the referees and more pressure to the referees, and I think that's not good.
Is there any update on Nathaniel Klein's injury? Is he out for much longer?
No, normally he's now back home, and he don't play normally against Ipswich, but after the weekend he will be back in training, and normally he can play then after his first game. Yeah.
And does his absence tie your hands when it comes to playing three at the back or four at the back? Or is that
Yeah, of course, a little bit, yes, because I believe in that players make a system, and the system don't make players. And three at the back with Klein right and Bertrand left, it's perfect for the qualities of that players. And if you don't have that type of players, then it's difficult. And every opponent is different how they play and what we need to have a good organization.